All right, Kapper here. I'm blending orange and white today. Coyote and Bobcat, the team. I got my new counterweight on. Let me give you a closer look at it and then I'll explain to you why I got it. All right, here is the after picture with the new counterweight on. She's 500 pounds. May not look like it, but we double and triple checked. 500 pounds, it's custom fitted for this machine. You can see it's got the rounded cutout for the exhaust, and these air vents are open. The reason they have this counterweight is for if you have the extended arm, which is another hydraulic arm that gets even longer yet, you add this weight. But it can be added to the long arm, which is what I have. It's not standard, but you can add it, which is what I did, because I believe it's gonna help me with more stability. Hydraulics are plenty strong. They'll tip the machine over. It's usually a matter of weight and traction. So if you remember your days on the teeter-totter, you know, the farther out you get, the more leverage you had. So that's going to be the goal here. So let me show you a few clips of when I felt I could use it, and then once I get out and use it, I'll bring you an update. All right, so the first situation is downhill digging. In this case, I've got the 36-inch bucket, so these are really heavy loads, bringing them up from the depths. So I believe the stability will be improved with this. Another example is like pulling tree stumps. A lot of times I find myself pulling the machine forward and pulling the machine, making it rock. So I believe that counterweight will help. And talking to the sales guy, when they've added counterweights on skid track loaders, such as like a 200-pound counterweight, they've increased the lift weight up to 400 pounds on the front end. So let me show you some real digging that I did with the counterweight on the driveway here, which is one of the reasons why I got this. I wanted to be able to dig with the tracks and just follow the driveway all the way down. So let's check that out. April 1st, we finally, thank the Lord, got some sunshine. It has been gloomy for quite a while, but I'm gonna grab the excavator. It's still sitting up at the front of the driveway. And I'm gonna hit one side all the way back, and I'm gonna try out that new counterweight. Let me show you what I'm gonna do. Gullies like this all along the inside berm there. I'll just work it down, dig some from that backside or from the ditch, slowly fill these in, run the blade over it and level it, and keep the tracks just like they are, facing this way, and just keep rolling. It'll be a lot faster working that way. And that counterweight should help, especially when the ditch gets steep, which is in a few spots. So I want to be able to work on this and just keep going right down. Obviously some ditches are steeper, but this is why I got the counterweight, just a quick example. All right, this is just child's play and a warm-up really, but so far so good. Believe me, I'm going to hit a deep one here really quick and you're going to see that. But it was extremely stable like this, which is what I wanted, to be able to just roll and go, instead of having to turn that blade down towards the ditch. Let's get some tougher examples here. All right, this is extreme downhill digging. I'm digging in a wet, low spot, so this clay is sopping wet and mega heavy. So I'm kind of pushing the limits, just so I can get a feel for limitations of the machine and what I really can or can't do over the side. It's rated from the factory over the side at 1,500 pounds, but you minus the thumb and the bucket, and now you're down to 1,100, somewhere in there. If the counterweight gives me another 200 of lifting capacity, it's a success. I mean, this is probably the steepest dig of just about anywhere on the driveway. So if need be, I could turn the blade to face the dig, but I'm just tipping it up just to kind of get a feel for it, the limitations, and see, you know, just how far I can push it. like this. So let's listen to the machine here. So what I'm doing here is I'm pulling out some of that silted clay from the bottom, and I'm building up a runoff spot over the top of a pipe there. There's a pipe underneath right there where I'm putting that dirt. And then I'm going to grade it down. I'm going to show you how the Mini X grades here, which it does a fantastic job. Much better than the tractor can do in virtually every situation, just because of the blade configuration. So let's show you how I grade this thing out. Alright, this is wet and nasty clay. I mean nasty. I could never attempt this with a tractor. First of all, I would just slide it right down the bank. And second of all, I would sink up to the axles in this stuff. I mean, keep in mind, I just pulled this from a wet ditch with standing water, basically. All right, now, seriously, now is where the cream rises to the top. Back dragging with the float function on this excavator. It is awesome. It's okay in this goppy wet stuff, but it is amazing in dry stuff. It outworks the float function on the loader 10 to 1 because the loader on the tractor is not heavy enough. This thing works awesome.